It's all about the glitz and glamour.
The stars are out in Hollywood.
When the Angels come to San Diego, the star power on display will be blinding.
Oh, my goodness! Oh, my! This guy's from another planet! Back-to-back to the All-Stars! El Nino! You cannot do it any better than that!
Juan Soto, generational talent.
Juan Soto has left the yard! Man, oh man, oh man!
He makes it look so easy.
Tonight, two star-studded teams battle for SoCal bragging rights.
Destroyed that baseball. Don't doubt the man. Don't do it.
And it's gone into a sea of San Diegans.
This is history. Game 1 is next. The Padres are so glad to be back in America's finest city in San Diego, where tonight from Petco Park, a SoCal showdown begins. It's game 1 of 3 between the Los Angeles Angels and the San Diego Padres. Shohei Ohtani named to his 3rd All-Star team. He'll be the DH in tonight's game. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball, presented by Major League Baseball. Well, the selections are in for the All-Star game. There are still some to be picked, and many think that Fernando Tatis Jr. will end up there. It's hard to deny his star power.
Donnie, there's no question. He deserves to be on the All-Star team representing the Padres up in Seattle, and here's why. We've got the proof. If you haven't seen it all season long up to this point, well, here's a refresher course. He dazzles all over the field with the arm, throwing behind the runner. There's an assist right there. Count him 9. And also, when he's not doing it with the glove or the shillelagh, he's got those legs on the base pass. He can steal 14 bases as well. And, of course, the long ball. Batting up in the lineup, you want him to get as many at-bats as possible. So 16 home runs. Yes, Fernando, very well deserving. Stay tuned to see if he's going to be representing the Padres in Seattle.
Tonight at Game 1, we'll see Blake Snell, the pitcher of the month in June, his first start of July.
A tip of the cap to Snellzilla. Well-deserved left-hander because the numbers have just been incredible. It's like a man pitching against little leaguers when you look at these numbers. MLB ranks is May 25th. That's going way back. ERA first, way below 1. The strikeouts up there at 66. Look at the whip. Talk about going from the windup and feeling comfortable. That's first. The opponent's average, no chance. Very, very few extra base hits. Keeping the ball in the yard. He has been nasty. Congratulations once again to Blake Snell.
Speaking of players of the month, Shohei Ohtani is playing in tonight's game. He is the DH for the Angels, and he's coming off a month of June that was spectacular.
Well, just put up another certificate on the wall, if you want to call it that, for Shohei, along with that Rookie of the Year, the MVP, now a 3-time All-Star, Silver Slugger, and this guy since June 1st. These numbers are like beer league softball numbers. 16 home runs, that's first. He's driven in 30, the slugging percentage at 920, the OPS 1390. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is great for baseball to see him. Sit back and enjoy because he is most definitely the best player in all of Major League Baseball. Hopefully the Padres can contain him. You don't want to let this guy beat you in a ball game.
Coming up, All-Star Duo. The Padres have 2 players going to the All-Star game in Seattle. When we return, we'll hear from the Padres All-Stars next from San Diego. Partner of the San Diego Padres. And by Circa Las Vegas. Juan Soto and Josh Hader returning to the All-Star game. We got both of their thoughts on returning.
It means a lot, you know, all the hard work and everything that you have done. It just taking those awards, it feels great, you know. Going there, seeing so many all-stars and people and everybody, it's just a great feeling.
It's fun, you know, be able to see how your stuff matches up against the best of the best. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't. Obviously it's a long season. Being able to, get a chance to throw in that, it's special. First one was always, it was the biggest overwhelming, but I think too, like being able to kind of know what you can spend your energy on and what you can kind of like save. I mean, obviously when I first went there, it was like everything was new, so you didn't really know how to go about it, but you're just able to kind of take more things in that you kind of didn't really get to pay attention to at first, but just kind of enjoy every moment that you get.
Coming up, Blake Snell taking on the Halos and Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. First pitch from Petco Park coming your way next. home again after a very tough road trip that saw them go through both Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, but back home in the Southern California battle. Now the ceremonial first pitch tonight, Kevin O'Connell, the Minnesota Vikings head coach and former San Diego State alum. Aztec for life.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Representing the NFL. Great organization up there in Minnesota.
So Brandon Dixon, the San Diego native, catching him tonight as we check out the Padres, or I should say, we check out the visiting Angels starting 9 with Snell taking the field. Pitcher of the month in the month of June for Blake Snell.
Oh, yeah, he deserved it. The numbers are just fantastic for Blake on a roll. Hopefully that continues tonight.
Phil Nevin, the former Padre, has this lineup tonight. It's Taylor Ward leading it off. Ward is in left field with Mike Trout in center. Shohei Ohtani is the DH. Anthony Rendon at third base with Hunter Renfroe at first base. This is the 5th game he's played at first base. Eduardo Escobar at second. Luis Rengifo is in right. Chad Wallach does the catching, bats 8th. And David Fletcher, the shortstop, out of the 9 spot. Blake Snell, his 17th start of the year.
And as Donnie just mentioned, it's worth mentioning again, a tip of the cap to the left-hander. 3rd career pitcher of the month award for Blake Snell, the 4-7 record, trying to improve on that, but he has been lights out. How about the strikeouts? How about the innings pitched? Opponent's batting average. He is on quite a roll, and as we approach the All-Star break, 2 teams coming to town. Hopefully Blake Snell can start that roll before the All-Star break.
Let's take a look at StatCast, powered by Google Cloud, and what he features.
Well, Blake Snell, since May 25th, he has been just pounding the zone and making the hitters look silly. 4-seamer, the changeup, the curveball, the slider. Which pitch will it be tonight? And when he's got 3 of the 4 working, downright nasty for Blake Snell.
Let's check out the defense behind him. It is Soto in left, Grisham in center, Tatis around in right, Machado at third with Bogarts at short, Kemp at second, Cronenworth at first, and Sanchez doing the catching for Snell.
It's an absolutely beautiful night downtown San Diego. We got the Halos, we got the Friars. Game 1 of 3. Hey, call a friend. Blake Snell has been terrific. Shohei Ohtani has been terrific. And it looks like Gary Sanchez is going over to the dugout. I don't know whether it's PitchCom.
It is.
Looks like it was PitchCom. So now he has the garage door opener. He is good to go. We are good to go. And for the Angels, stepping up to the plate, is Taylor Ward. Stepping up to the mic, the voice of the San Diego Padres with the play-by-play. Here's Don Orsillo. Donnie.
Thanks very much, Mudley. Here we go. Game 1 of a 3-game series. A battle, and this one lined to center field. Struck very well. It is back and off the bottom of the wall. Grisham turns and fires to second base and ends safely. With a leadoff double is Taylor Ward. Now waiting around, swinging at that first pitch, and he doubles off the base of the wall.
Well, these Angels like to swing the bat early, and when you get a 96-mile-an-hour fastball down the middle, yes, you're all over it. It might be the only good pitch you see this at bat with the way that Blake Snell has been throwing. Jump all over that fastball, and he did.
So the double for Ward, and here is Mike Trout. 260 with 18 home runs, 43 runs batted in for Trout. First 80 games of the year. In there for a strike over the inside edge. The lowest opponent average on the first pitch, and Ward jumped on that first pitch. Normally very good. Only hitters to the 200 average. And a grounder foul over by the on-deck circle where Ohtani is waiting.
Well, it's a nice number 2 and 3 for the Angels, huh? Trout, Ohtani, Rendon's been back in the lineup. He's batting 4th, cleaning it up. Be very careful to these hitters 1 through 4.
First time Phil Nevin has managed against the Padres, a team he spent 7 of his 12 major league seasons playing, and that is strike 3. So strikes out Mike Trout for the first out.
Really good slider right there, down and in. Boy, that swing right there almost looked like a cricket swing. Trying to get to that one. He did foul one off earlier over near the dugout. Snell wins on that pitch.
So 1 out, Ward at second base, and here's Shohei Ohtani. Strike one, 97 from Snell. Ohtani at 306, 31 home runs, 68 runs batted in. Major League high, 31 home runs. He's 2 homers shy of his career best before the All-Star game at 33 home runs in 2021 before the break. A cracked fingernail in his last start. That's why he's not starting tonight. Scheduled to start tomorrow. Down 1 and 2. More gas at 97.
Some breaking stuff down and away. Fastball down and away. This one in. Ties him up. Kind of pulls off that one a little bit. Earlier in the season, Ohtani was having trouble with off-speed stuff. Splitties, changeups down and away. He has made an adjustment, more balanced at the plate. Let's see if Snell goes down and away right here.
Taps it foul, stays alive.
Just great plate coverage. Up, down, in, out.
First in home runs, first in triples, first OPS, first in slugging percentage. He is 28 though with runners in scoring position. And now Sanchez is going to go out. Little communication problem here. These two have worked so well together. We've talked about it. Snell, the June pitcher of the month in the National League, and that has been spent entirely with Sanchez as his catcher. Well, Padres pitchers K9, your K9 or Feline wins. Petco Vital Care members can visit participating Petco locations the next day to score a free 6-ounce wholehearted treat with an eligible purchase. There's a 1-2 pitch to Ohtani with Ward at second base. Bouncing in and blocked by Sanchez.
Donnie, we're just talking about Gary Sanchez and Blake Snell working together, and with anyone's success, they will tell you it's just not by themselves. Blake Snell would also say Sanchez has been part of my deal, why I've been so successful. There's always somebody helping you out. It's a nice little tandem the Padres got going in these two.
Lays off and a full count. Well, since June 3rd, exactly a month ago, Ohtani is hitting at .398 with 16 homers, 30 runs batted in. OPS over 1,400. He has 6 homers in his last 8 games. And he will walk this time. So Snell, who is at his best when he does not walk anybody, has walked Ohtani, and that's okay.
That's quite all right. 1 out. You've got a double play in order, and you know, early on he went after him, right? He made some good pitches, but then as it got deeper into the count, you got first base open. You got to learn how to maybe pitch around him, and as I mentioned up the top, you don't want to have him beat you. So in that situation, no big deal.
2 on 1 away for Anthony Rendon. Been disappointing season for Rendon. Some injuries that he's had to battle his way through. And a grounder down to third. Machado's going to second for the force out on the first double play. Around the horn. Snell needed that. The 5-4-3 DP will end the top of the first inning. Nicely done. Induced by Snell. Machado to Kim to Cronenworth. Scoreless as we go to the bottom of the first inning back at Petco Park in San Diego. Ha-Sung Kim making his way plateward. He leads it off with Soto batting second. He's in left. Tatis in right. Machado at third. Bogarts at short with Cronenworth at first. Sanchez does the catching. Carpenter's a DH, and Grisham in center field bats ninth. Jaime Barria on the mound tonight for the Halos.
18th appearance, 6th start. Last time out, he got roughed up a little bit. 3 innings. That was Wednesday against the White Sox. Season high 5 earned runs. He's worked a little bit out of the bullpen this year. Overall, here it is, 17 games. Now 18th, 6 starts. ERA under 3. He throws strikes. He pounds the zone. When he has his slider working early, that's when he's good.
Maria ahead here 0-2 of Kim. Since the middle of June 15th, Kim hitting at .356 with 5 home runs. Got his average up from .228 to .258 in this stage of the season. That's doing something. 1-2 pitch is into left field, a base hit. So he got down on the count 1-2 and able to get a base hit through the left side.
Here's what I like about Ha-Seong Kim. There are some hitters that really aren't known to be home run hitters. When they hit a home run, they'll be 0 for their next 28. Not the case with Kim. He takes what's given him, tries to hit it hard, barrel it up, hit it on the line. Hey, the home runs will come, and so will the singles, like we just saw right there. Good hit.
Hunter Renfroe, his 5th game at first base, holding on the runner over there at first. As Padres all-star Juan Soto takes strike 1.
One thing, the running game. Berea does a nice job of shutting down the running game. He's quick with his feet, pretty good athlete. Good move to first base. Keep that in mind.
Berea so far has been much better out of the pen than he has in the rotation. 4.43 ERA, 11 earned runs in 22 1/3 in 5 starts, compared to a 1.67 ERA. 5 earned runs in 27 innings pitched and 12 relief appearances. The 0-1.
I think that last start really skyrocketed that ERA against the White Sox. 5 earnings in 3 frames. As that lit up, that's a really good pitch.
Yeah, it is. Well, Soto's got a 19-game on base streak. And a ground ball to second base. Escobar to second for 1 on to first, and pulling off the bag there is Renfroe, and reaching at first to be Soto. I'm not sure what drew that throw to be the way it was. No, Kim went straight in. It wasn't Kim. Just off the mark with the throw. One plate side.
Just kind of dropped the arm angle, and that elbow follow working underneath, almost like a pitcher, and missing to the arm side.
So 4-6 on the force out. Soto at first base with 1 away, and gives Fernando a chance. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. He jumps on that first pitch. .280, 16 homers, 41 runs batted in for Nando. Right now the Halos coming in 2 games back of the final wild card spot. The Astros heating it up in front of them. Astros all of a sudden playing good baseball. They've won 5 of the last 7 games. It's Phil Nevin's done a very good job here with the Angels, taking over for Joe Madden last year. And again, 7 seasons spent in San Diego with the Padres of his 12 major league seasons. The only time he was ever an all-star, by the way, 2001, had a career high 41 home runs and 126 RBIs for the Padres.
That's a good year.
To left field, struck well. Ward going back onto the edge of the track to make the catch for out number 2, and back to first goes Soto. Score a free jumbo jack from Jack in the Box after a Padres home run. So 2 down here in the first inning, and brings up Manny Machado. 243, 11 homers, 36 runs batted in for Manny. Angels snapped a 4-game losing streak on Sunday, but they haven't won their last 4 series. Meanwhile, the Padres have lost 7 of their last 8 games. All the teams currently out of the playoffs: the Nationals, the Pirates, and the Reds. Did he hold up? Yes, he did, according to Nick Marley, first base umpire. Both teams looking to finish strong here in the unofficial first half before the All-Star break. And a strike called? It was not.
I'll tell you what, nice job by Chad Wallach behind home plate. He got to that one and brought it up. This pitch misses down. He brings it up. That's a ball out of the hand.
To center, and that's in for a base hit for Machado. Soto will stop at second base. And man, he's got a single. Second single of his first inning for San Diego.
It's the slider, and it's up a little bit on contact, thigh high. Don't hang the breaky ball to Manny. You know, he can do a lot of damage, and he'll take that single.
So 2 on, 2 down. And good to see Hunter Renfroe.
Go play over here, Manny's saying. Play behind me.
Yeah. There's a guy at second base. You don't have to hold me on. I'm not going to steal. You tell how much Renfroe's played first base, I guess, huh? He's trying to help him out.
Yeah.
Two on, 2 down. As Bogaerts will take the strike. Renfroe, Xander Bogaerts' teammates 2 years ago in Boston. 78 games this year for Xander in San Diego. 252, 8 homers. 28 runs batted in for Bogaerts, and a high fly ball deep left field. Ward going back at the wall. It is gone. Xander Bogaerts takes it into a sea of San Diegans. 3-run home run. Padres take the 3-0 lead. Ninth home run for Xander.
Nothing like it. A 3-run shot, fastball up and in. Get to it. That'll get these fans up. First inning, crooked number. How you doing?
Well, the count had been 0-2. Same thing to Kim when he got a base hit. There's an 0-1 now. And that one is fouled outside of first, and it's 0-2 to Cronenworth. So the Padres with a good first inning here, jumping out to the 3-0 lead. Xander Bogaerts. A good start for the Padres. Very much needed that after a very difficult road trip. Saw them go 1-5 on the trip.
Yeah, you know what? Xander getting to that pitch. You know, remember earlier Bob Melvin was talking about having some, you know, wrist problems here and there, right? No problem on that swing right there. He got to it, was aggressive, sent it on its way.
Swing and a miss, and Cronenworth strikes out to end the inning, but the damage has been done. Xander Bogaerts connects on his 9th home run of the year. It's a 3-run shot, and the Padres put a 3 spot on the board in the first. 3-0 Padres.
Isn't easy. Winning a World Series isn't easy. You know, that's why you play 162 games. That's why you got to, you know, grind through a whole season, and you know, we're gonna fight through it to the end.
It is a grind. There's no doubt about that.
It isn't easy. And you know what? It sounds cliche, but these guys come to the ballpark each and every day trying to forget about the last game, win or lose. We've mentioned that many, many times. And if you don't have the attitude, that type of attitude to where you can forget about it and go at the next day, try to win a ball game, you shouldn't be on the team, quite frankly. I'll be honest with you. That's why it's not only physically, and Donnie, you know this, not only physically, but mentally, right?
Absolutely.
You're getting beat up, you know, 1-5 road trip. No, it was not fun. Wasn't fun for anyone. But you know what? Today's a new day. Bob Melvin remains positive. You know, he's a realist as well. Things got to get turned around. Plain and simple.
Past the official halfway point of the season. This is game 85 of the year for the Padres. And there are more teams involved ahead of them as far as the wild card scenario goes than were ahead of them last year. Some surprises, I think. The Arizonas, the San Franciscos, the Miamis. Pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, going into today's action, 8 games out in the wild card, 11 and a half in the division. Hey, go 1-0 today. Win today against the Halos. That's the only game you got to worry about.
Lying the other way for Renfroe. It's a fair ball. Over is Tatis. Renfroe will not test that arm. He knows about it. And it is a single for Hunter Renfroe. Fernando is so hoping he would try to go to second base.
Fernando's thinking, please go. Please go.
Please go.
And Hunter, Hunter does not have blazing speed.
No.
But that's good hitting right there. 95 off the plate. Taking it that way. Spin and throw. I mean, look at that. Isn't that pretty? And look at the accuracy, hitting the one hopper and the cutoff.
So Renfroe at first. Eduardo Escobar coming over from the Mets. Escobar at 246, 4 homers, 17 runs batted in. First to 47 games of the year. Brandon Drury was just placed on the IL with a shoulder problem, and of course the former Padre from a year ago. We're expecting to get him back soon after the All-Star break. He's been a big part of this club this year, doing some good things for the Halos. That one will get away, and up to second base goes Renfroe. So a curveball that time that gets away.
Well, sometimes, yeah, he'll spike him. And Sanchez just didn't get that right arm in there. It snuck between his chest protector and his right arm. Looked like he was in a good position. Just found the hole right there. Move him up.
Ball and 2 strikes here to Eduardo Escobar. Snell looks out at second base at Renfroe. There's plenty of time on the clock. And bounces another. So trying to find that curveball, but he's bouncing him right now.
Well, let's see if he puts that curveball in timeout and goes to another pitch. Maybe that changeup, maybe that slider. I mentioned it off the top. If he has 3 out of the 4 working, watch out. You can get by with 2 out of the 4. Maybe, the other 2, maybe a show me pitch, and then put him away with the other 2.
Two is blooped, and that is going to fall into right center field. They'll stop Renfroe at third, but it's first and third now with nobody out for the Angels.
Went with the fastball, little lob wedge to shallow right center. A couple of good situational type hitting for Renfroe going the other way, and Escobar fighting that one off.
So
boy, the slugging has been really, really low since May 25th. Not a lot of extra base hits.
first and third, nobody out. He mixed in a wild pitch that got Renfroe to second base, and that was the 7th of the year for Snell. He leads the team in that category. Luis Rengifo, he is the right fielder, and a swing and a miss has Rengifo down 0-2.
Well, the perfect situation would be a punch out right here. Perfect scenario. There's the breaky ball, spins it up there. That's that slider.
Renfroe at third, Escobar at first, and an 0-2. Rengifo strikes out. It was that curveball. Second strikeout for Snell, 1 down in the second inning.
So even though he has spiked a couple of curveballs, he goes back to it. Nice pick by Sanchez, and the swing and miss.
Yeah, he's still bouncing it.
Yeah. I'm surprised, as a hitter. Okay, he's bounced 2 curveballs. You recognize curveball, maybe spit on it. Easier said than done, but a good result for Snellzilla.
First and third, 1 away. Chad Wallach, 221, 6 homers, 11 runs batted in. Father Tim Wallach, a 5-time All-Star, 17 major league seasons for Tim Wallach. Expo from 80 to 92 as a Dodger, 93 through 96, and was an Angel in 1996.
Really good player. Called him Eli. After the actor. Yeah, Eli Wallach. Yeah, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah. And
he was good fellow. I mean, Tim Godfather, right? Too.
Let's see, Eli Wallach. He was in a lot of the spaghetti westerns, but I'd have to check that. But talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. Tim Wallach was the good. He was a good third baseman, good hitter.
First and third, one away, and a 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
He could make pitchers look bad, and it'd be really ugly after he would take a pitch and hit one out of the yard. Nice changeup right there. So we've seen all of the repertoire of Snell. Every one of his pitches.
Swing and a miss, and Wallach strikes out. There's the curveball again. So the last two back-to-back curveballs striking out Rengifo and now Wallach.
He's got the old number 2 working. Get up top and sell it, spin it.
Nearly half the batters over his last 4 starts have struck out. That's incredible.
That's remarkable. It really is.
He's got 3 Ks already tonight. Here's David Fletcher, who will take ball 1. That was close. Snell trying to protect his streak of 3 hits or less allowed in 6 straight games, 6 straight starts. It's a Padres franchise record. All 3 of Snell's Ks so far with runners in scoring position.
Hey, that's trusting your curveball, trusting your catcher. A runner on third. He's thrown some after spiking 2 of them, right? It's a good sign.
And throw at third, Escobar at first, 2 down. And a liner right to Cam, makes the catch. It was rising. So working his way around a first and third, nobody out situation. Snell gets out of the inning. Rengifo strikes out, Wallach strikes out, and Fletcher lines out to end the inning. Embrace your inner all-star. The action begins with the T-Mobile Home Run Derby on ESPN July 10th at 4 p.m. Pacific. Then catch the 93rd MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 11th at 4 p.m. Pacific on Fox. Gary Sanchez leading it off here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Sanchez, Carpenter, and Grisham. One pitch, going to miss for ball 2. Two-one pitch. Swing and a miss. Sanchez with a healthy hack. Xander Bogaerts with a 3-run home run in the first, the difference in the game. Sanchez leads it off, then Matt Carpenter will be next.
Well, we mentioned it earlier. Correa likes to throw that slider 50% of the time, you know, as a hitter. You go up there and maybe look for it, you sit on it.
High drive to left field. Ward moving back onto the edge of the dirt of the track to make the catch. Too high. 1 away.
What do you mean too high?
It's too high.
I thought he got it.
I thought so too. It's too high.
There's the slider. You're right, Donnie. Kind of working underneath that baseball a little bit. Missed it by that much.
He knew it.
Yeah.
You can tell it was too high.
It was too high.
41-degree launch angle. That's too high. Too much launch. He needs fewer launch.
Fewer launch.
So 1 out. There's Matt Carpenter. .180, 4 homers, 47. 27. I gave him 20 extra RBIs.
Is it right there?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm sure Matt would appreciate that.
Yeah.
I gave him
That'd be great in arbitration.
Bonus
wouldn't it?
20
Yeah.
RBIs that he does not have.
That's awesome.
I just gave him.
Here's why I possibly like this matchup with that slider. If he misses over the heart of the plate, Carpenter can pull something, do some damage. But on the other hand, pitchers like to backdoor that slider, right, to lefties. And
That's been a problem.
it looks like Berea, that last pitch, that was his intent maybe. Yeah, a lot of pitchers, you're right, Donnie, have been going backdoor with that breaking stuff to Carpenter.
Waves at that, and it's 2-2. There's a slider.
That one had really good tilt to it.
Two, a check swing foul above the Angels dugout. They're housed on the third base side at Petco Park. What's Berea got?
Well, we mentioned the slider. Almost 50% of the time he's got the four-seamer that he'll show, the changeup. It's almost like everything else is the slider is the main pitch. It's what am I trying to say here? Oh, the other three for show, the slider for dough. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I knew I had it in me. I just had to think about
Once
it.
Once it came out, it was really good. It just took a little while to get there.
Yeah, brain burp.
Okay.
Is what it was.
Is that the name of your new band?
Yeah, nice. Brain burp. I like that. I like that a lot. That's good.
Maybe it'll stick longer than 48 hours.
You should be my promoter.
Yeah.
Love it.
Payoff pitch. That's strike three. Carpenter goes looking. Was a fastball. And the second strikeout for Berea.
You think that he has that slider in the back of his mind, right? He just froze him with a fastball right at the knees. Pitcher's pitch.
Well, he's had trouble against lefties. 299, just shy of 300. Right-handers at 176. There's two outs here in the second. And Trent Grisham, another lefty. 209 to start the ball game. 8 homers and 23 runs batted in. It's Avely in 9 of his last 12 games. In the last 12 games hitting at 308. And a ground ball that is just foul. Just to the right of the bag. Grisham now 19 doubles. That surpasses his total from a year ago of 16. Career high of 28, which was back in 2021. Second on the team in doubles right now is Grisham. And a fly ball headed shallow center. The shortstop, Fletcher out, Trout in, and Mike Trout will run it down for out number 3. Padres down 1-2-3 in the second. It's 3-0 San Diego. It's July 7th through the 9th, presented by Air National Guard. 8,000 kids 14 and under on Sunday, July 9th. Receive a bear mug presented by Oris upon exit. Learn more at Padres.com/giveaways. We are done giving away beer to kids 14 and under. We have figured it out. It is a bear mug. And I'd like to thank you because after they took that read away from me on the road trip, because I was giving beer to children 14 and under upon exiting the ballpark, you phonetically wrote out bear, which really has helped out the read immensely. I want you to know. Much better at it
Thank
now.
you.
Yeah, I haven't made a mistake since.
I like that mug. That could that looks like it could possibly be a nice coffee mug.
Very nice. I hope we get some. We should.
Cup of Joe in the morning.
We usually do. They usually give us a little, you know.
A little something, something.
Yeah. So hopefully we can get that. A bear mug.
Bear.
14 and under.
B-E-A-R.
7th through the 9th. Padres, Mets, be here. 2-1 pitch. Taylor Ward.
Looks like our statistician Mitch Smith is yet to hit an office supply store again. Cardboard boxes with notes.
It's like a box.
It's like a popcorn box.
So these are the notes I'm getting. I'm getting it on a box now. This is the newest one.
Yeah.
Ward snapped a 2 for 21 skid with the first pitch double in his last at bat.
Right one back saying they've got stickies at.
Unbelievable. Swing and a miss, and strikeout number 4 for Blake Snell opens up the 3rd inning. Times are really hard for our statistician.
There's the changeup. Remember last time out for Blake Snell, he was selling it. He was selling it like a heater, holding it like the changeup with the grip, and working downhill. Good tilt, good location for the punch out.
Trout, a strikeout victim in the first, one of the 4 Ks for Blake Snell. Well, since he broke in 2011, he's been quite good. 2nd at OPS, 2nd in home runs, 3rd in triples, 3rd in runs, 11th in RBIs.
That's just consistency, right?
Just has not had enough people around him to get him to the next level. Now he does, at least for now, and Shohei Ohtani waits on deck. That is ball 4, and Trout aboard with 1 away. 2nd walk allowed by Snell, and now it's time for the Callaway Kings of Distance. How about this distance? 493 feet, June 30th. Exit velocity 115.1. It's the longest home run in the majors this year. The launch angle 29 degrees. That's a long way away.
I thought that one was going to hit the freeway. What a pretty swing as well.
Is that the 55 that runs over there off Catella?
Yeah, whether that's beyond the right field, I don't know. 57, 55, whatever it takes.
The 1-0 pitch. Strike, well placed fastball at 98.
All I know is that Magic Mountain is up near there. The Matterhorn. Disneyland.
On the ground, Bogarts to 2nd for 1, on to 1st, not going to be in time. They get the lead runner in Trout, 6-4 on the force out. Ohtani will reach it first with 2 down.
Well, you keep him in the yard, you get the lead runner. You're racing Trout. I mean, I think that's the MO for the Padres, right? When runner's on base, keep him in the yard. If you need to pitch around him, pitch around him.
Because you got Rendon coming up, and he really is scuffling. 3 for his last 43 as he takes ball 1.
By the way, Magic Mountain's in the valley. No, I was thinking of Disneyland.
Right. That's like in Valencia.
Is it Magic Mountain?
I think so.
Is it?
Yeah.
Look at you. Mr. Vacation.
I've been there. To center, incoming is Grisham, but that's going to fall for a base hit. And Rendon says, I got your 3 for your last 43. It was a base hit. And it's 1st and 2nd with 2 down.
Well, he got a fastball to hit. Let's check out the location. Well, he went down out of the zone at 96 and golfed this one. And put that in your scouting report. Rendon likes the ball down. Rendon likes ball down.
Okay.
Got to work more of the corners.
Note to self.
Yep.
1st and 2nd, 2 down. Hunter Renfroe.
Can go the short way on the infield anywhere to get out of this little jam.
Going to miss with a curveball. He's been burying that curveball.
Yeah.
Can't hit it. Hunter Renfroe with the Padres. 390 total games in a Padres uniform. Most of them wearing blue.
That's right. Hey, is it just me, or can Mike Trout and Hunter Renfroe pass for brothers?
Renfroe, brothers.
I think there's a likeness there.
Okay. So he could be like Jimmy Trout. Mike's younger brother.
Yeah.
Strike two.
Yeah.
Runners in scoring position. Hunter hitting at 169, 7 doubles, home run, 24 strikeouts. And a single to right his first time up off Snell.
He can get to a fastball up now. If you're going to go up, go way up.
Swing and a miss. He's not. He's going to go at the curveball again. Strikes out Renfroe. Strikeout number 5 for Blake Snell is Hunter Renfroe. The Angels leave 2 on. They've left 5. He's been at 400 or above it a few times at 389 right now through 85 team games. You wonder where Tony Gwynn was. He was at 388, 1 point lower back in 1994. And Ted Williams, who did hit over 400 back in 1941, was at 393 at this stage. Last player over 400 after 85 games, John Olerud, back in the 93 Toronto Blue Jays. It's an amazing feat, Mark Sweeney, if you can do it. And I know all eyes are on Arraez all season.
They sure are, Don. And you know what? Getting around 400, even talking about that, especially the batting average, the way it's described in the game now. But Luis Arraez, the only thing that's against him, he doesn't walk that much because he swings the bat and makes so much good contact.
Mark Sweeney, talk about a hitter going after a 400 average. I mean, it's a mental grind each and every day. If you're hitting 230, 250, can you imagine if you're trying to flirt with 400?
Yeah, Mudcat, I think the mentality of it is really the grinding part. And then also now, will they pitch around you? That's the discussion that a lot of teams, if you get to that point, they understand they're going to take their chances, as you know, as a former pitcher, take their chances the next guy. And when it comes down to it. So I think the mental side of it, but also the taxing side is realizing, you know what, these guys swinging the bat too well. I'm going to take my chances with someone else.
There's a pop-up back at second base. The shortstop, Fletcher, is there. He makes the catch. Well, Swing Dog, how did Tony do it? I mean, I think back to the year that he flirted with 400, but you know, overall, all of his numbers amaze me all the time. But as far as his mentality, I mean, you think about it, you know, I can't imagine people wanting to face him. Did he become a good bad ball hitter?
Yeah, it's a great point, Don, because, yes, you have to have the strike zone. But those guys realized that when they took it, it was going to be a ball. But Tony didn't stray from what he did so great. The best example I know is that Merv Retman, the hitting coach at that time, said, you know what, I hope he gets a hit here. And I'm like, I hope he gets a hit here. What are you talking about? Well, I turn around, and he's hitting 336, and he was going through a mini slump. Why I say that is Merv Retman said he called me after the game yesterday, didn't like where his hands were. The inconsistency was driving him crazy, and he came back because he worked on it right when he got home in the cages. Well, he wanted that instant gratification. And that's how good Tony Gwynn was at his craft. I didn't see any difference in his setup.
It's one of his skied foul, third base way.
We start looking at it, Don Mudd, that there's certain rare people that have the mentality to be able to get to 400 and sustain that. And Tony had it every single day because he just manipulated the barrel so well. And I think if you look at Luis Arraez, he is showcasing that. I am not putting him in that boat, but he's only hit below 300 once in his career as Luis Arraez. So he has the ability to be able to be that 300 hitter. You just wonder where he's going to be at the end of the year.
You know, Mark, we went to Miami and saw him firsthand, and we just read about him and saw him, you know, highlights and stuff. When we saw 4 at-bats and I saw that swing and his approach and how, oh my gosh, he got to the baseball, he let it travel, used the whole field. I mean, everything compact. It was a pretty swing.
Yeah, and I think to your point, Mudd, also you have to be line to line. And I think everyone understands if you're line to line and you're using any part of that grass to be successful, that's a different mentality than a lot of hitters have now. The pull swing is in vogue. You realize that batting average isn't really paid for. And I think the ability to drive the ball out of the ballpark takes precedence over hitting for average.
Strike 3 call. Soto hates the call and is going to say some stuff to Vic Carapazza before he departs. He felt it was down. It was borderline, and it was a ball earlier to him, so he's a little confused.
Oh, lit up.
It did light up, but it is strikeout number 3 for Berea. And 2 down here in the 3rd inning. Bring up Fernando. I want to get your thoughts on Fernando not making the All-Star team at this point. Swing Dog, I mean, still has time to do that, but your thoughts?
Don, I think not being on it now really doesn't make much sense. But is he going to be on it? We knew what Jake Cronenworth was added last year. I'd be very surprised if he wasn't on it. This is a showman, and in the month of June alone, he has put himself in that area where you start looking at Julio Rodriguez. The young talent in the game of baseball needs to be on that main stage, and he's proven that even after that long layoff, he has proven that he is an all-star.
Lofts this one foul off to the right on play.
It looks like he has taken on it upon himself to where if I'm going to be in right field, I'm going to make myself the best right fielder. I mean, he has been fun to watch. And we've seen it firsthand already in this game. Highest OPS at home, Fernando above 1,000 this season.
2 pitches away. Missed with a slider, 2-2.
Guys, I think you can go back to that series in Colorado where most guys go in there and they try to power the baseball. He was hitting line drives to right center, and it just locked him in for the month of June. And it really came down to just making that commitment.
Berea staying away from him with another slider. Full count here, 2 down. They are deeply situated, line to line out there in the outfield. On the ground, knocked down by Berea nicely. Has time, flips underhanded to first for the out that ends the inning. And the Padres are gone 1-2-3. It's 3-0 San Diego. Hats Off Their Heads fundraisers presented by Blue Shield of California is now live until July 5th at 8 p.m. Bid on authentic game-worn and autographed hats. Net proceeds from the 4th of July hats benefit the Veterans Village of San Diego. Learn more at Padres.com/hats.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. Can you imagine going home with an autographed game-used Manny Machado hat? Sweet.
Eduardo Escobar leading it off here for the Angels in the 4th inning. On the ground foul outside of third. That slider from Snell. So Snell 54 pitches deep into his outing. First hitter of the 4th inning. Curveball that he has bounced all night, but he's been effectively wild with that pitch. And he struck out several with the curveball in the dirt.
That might set up a fastball up. Stay tuned. Or another breaky ball away. The guessing game. The guessing game.
Rip foul just beyond the Angels dugout, third base way. See what he's been striking people out with. I wasn't imagining. Curveballs, three.
Yeah, 3 curveballs, a slider, and a changeup. Look at where they are. There's one in the middle of the zone, but the rest of them down.
Down the right field line. Fernando going full bore, but won't get there. Lands by the railing and in foul ground. Escobar, Rengifo, and Wallach expected in the inning. Escobar has really been well traveled last 6 years. Minnesota, Arizona, Milwaukee, New York with the Mets, LA with the Angels. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Veteran.
Also Moustakas that the Angels acquired, right? Some veteran guys, Escobar, Moustakas.
Well, going to work on the pant leg there. Had to tie his shoe, then the pant leg. I was late. 2-2 is on the ground by the mound. Softly hit. Bogart's coming in. Got to hurry. And it's too late. Escobar beats it out. On board with the infield hit to begin things here in the 4th inning for the Halos.
Xander knew it, and did you see the way he positioned himself on this chopper? He played it off to his right backhand so he can get to his throwing hand quickly, but Escobar even himself says he's safe. Beats it out.
So Escobar at first held on by Cronenworth and Luis Rengifo. They'll take ball 1. Struck out swinging in the 2nd. 5 strikeouts so far for Blake Snell. It's the 3rd time in 4 innings tonight for the Angels the lead runner has reached against Snell. So each inning has kind of been taxing. He hasn't had a 1-2-3 inning yet tonight. It's falling behind 2-0. Make it 3-0. Missed with a changeup. The bad news is 3 of the first 4 reaching here in this game, but Angels are 2 for 9 with runners on base, so he's got to bear down at that point. That's a strike. 3-1. Went to the fastball to get it.
Well, one thing that the Angels have going against them, they lead Major League Baseball in rolling into double plays with 73.
Opposite field and a base hit for Rengifo. Escobar stops at second, and the Angels' first 2 have reached here in the 4th inning.
Solid hit to right, going with it. Pitch down and away at 97. Nice easy swing. Just barrel it. Working the other way.
There is Chad Wallach with 2 on. Wallach struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Talked about his dad. First time he was up, 17 major league seasons. But Chad himself, a native of Orange County. Went to Cal State Fullerton.
That's where his daddy went. Yeah. Wow. Like father, like son. As well, Phil Nevin, Cal State Fullerton. Mark Kotze.
Strike evens a count of 1-1. Another fastball. Wallach was claimed off waivers from the Dodgers August 7th of 2021. Made his Angels debut May 9th of 2022 and moves the feet out of the way. Pitched down by the shoe tops.
Snell missing down big time the last handful of pitches. I mean, if you're going to miss, that's where you want to miss rather than the heart of the plate. And the breakdown 68. 8 more strikes than balls for Blake, but leading 3-0 and a ground ball away from getting 2.
Swing and a miss. 2-2. Changed up with more success that time.
Get up on top and throw it. Turn it over.
A lot more traffic here for the Angels. They've had 9 base runners. Padres have had 4. Bounces that one. Full count. 70 pitches deep is Snell.
Got to challenge him with a well-located fastball right here. But you know what? In the past, we've seen Snell in a situation like this pull the string. Throw an off-speed pitch.
3rd 3-ball count of the inning. That strike 3 gets him looking. There's your fastball, and it froze him. Second time Wallach's down by way of the K. 6 strikeouts now for Snellzilla.
Inside corner, frozen pizza. Got him. Perfect pitch. He challenged him all right.
One out, first and second for David Fletcher. Escobar at second, Rengifo at first. Fletcher batting out of the 9 spot for the Angels. Angels 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position so far in the night. They have stranded 5 through the first 3, and he did offer. That's strike 1. Fooled on the slider.
Tried to, but couldn't.
Strike 2.
Wow.
There's a curveball again.
Really bad hack on that old number 2 right there. Now, as a pitcher, you read swings, right? Look at this hack right here. Kind of fuzzy. Does he go back to the yacker?
To third, Machado touches third, fires to first, double play. 5-3 on the twin killing that ends the inning. The Angels have left 6 men on. Machado out there, out there. Way to really look at it. In 3 wins, the Padres getting 11.6 runs per game. In the 7 losses in the last 10 games, just getting right around 3. The home runs, the batting average much different. The OPS, runners in scoring position, is the one number that has been very difficult to deal with all year. Spent most of the year last in that category in Major League Baseball. And it's either feast or famine, and it's just tough to. And people ask us all the time, Swing Dog, you know, what is it? And we don't have an answer. Do you have an answer?
I don't have any answers because of how long it has gone. It doesn't match the resumes, as we know, guys. And we've heard Mud talk about it's a conundrum of how they are going about their business. I've never seen someone try to fail. So I always put that in perspective of how you are as a player. That being said, to me, when you get in things like this, it's gone consistently wrong for those long periods of time, you have to simplify. And I always heard so many players that I was in the same uniform with that talked about simplifying it. And to me, simplifying it is get back to hitting the fastball. This team has not done that in a consistent manner. And I think that inconsistency really showcases that when they don't hit the fastball.
Yeah, the other thing that we've seen a pattern develop is scoring runs in the first 5 innings, which they've done tonight. Perfect example. They get 3 in the first. Since then, they've gone 0 for 7. It's not like they just stop, but it's at the same time not putting the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, and I think they have the resumes to put the pedal to the metal. I think it's shocking that so many people watch this team night in and night out, and you don't see that barrage of offense.
Fly ball shallow center. Trout coming full bore, and he'll get there to make the catch. That was a full sprint. And he gets there to retire Machado. And that is now 8 in a row retired since the home run by Bogaerts.
Well, here's Xander Bogaerts, and you can see attacking that fastball, which I think is very important. Saw him in batting practice today, guys, and he was really trying to pull the baseball correctly. And I say that because it's not getting outside of it. It's direct to the baseball. Good to see that instant gratification, what he worked on before the game.
Taking it the other way to right center field, and Trout's not going to get this. It's by him to the track on the wall. Bogaerts maybe thinking 3. He is. Nope. He's going to pull it up and dive back to second base, barely getting back. He was thinking 3 big time. Got around second, and then threw the brakes on, able to get back.
Hey, smart move by Xander. 3 would have been exciting, but great situational type pitch hitting, like Mark Sweeney just talked about, right? The fastball up and in, turn on it, home run. This pitch up and away, take it to the San Diego Zoo sign. Go visit the emus. Hey, the brakes work. Hey, the triple would have been nice, right? You got the home run, you got the triple, then you're halfway to the cycle, but he'll take the double.
Here is Cronenworth. Down the left field line, foul. A strikeout victim in the first, one of 3 Ks for Berea.
You know what, guys, Mark Sweeney and Diane, we talked about this on the road. We talked about the wins and losses. If the Padres not even cut it in half, I mean, lower third of that. You cut that in half, that's about 6-7 runs. That's not going to happen, right? You cut it down to 4 runs a game. A third of what, right? And then, but, you know, you got to perform. But I think Mark hits it on the head. The resumes show that these guys can do it. It's just a matter, as poorly as things have been going, can the tide turn to where it is awesome?
You know, it's so frustrating too, Sweet Dog, and I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but the number of quality starts from the Padres starting pitchers that have kind of been wasted because there's no offense on the other side. They're not getting any run support.
Yeah, Don, I've been on plenty of teams that have done that. It just haven't done it the length of time that the Padres have. And it's frustrating. You go in the locker room and they're all together here. And when you realize that they are together and you have pitching performances like that that go by the wayside, it is grueling, and it adds to that. I'll also say this, guys. I've been on teams that when the stars don't perform, you start putting pressure on yourself. When the stars do perform, it just eases you up a little bit, and you just do your part. That has to be more consistent as well in the second half.
On the ground up the middle, off the glove of Escobar into center. Round from second comes Bogarts with the 4th Padres run. 4-0 San Diego.
There's that slider we're talking about. Berea likes to throw the slider to the lefty. It's going down, and you get some glove on it over there at second base. Escobar cannot field it cleanly. Matt Williams has to wait a little bit. He then gives the windmill and sends Xander Bogaerts home.
Now Gary Sanchez, the recipient of strike 1. Flying out to the warning track in left field in the second inning, getting his second look at Berea. In the air, in the infield. Second baseman Escobar literally waving off Fletcher from shortstop, and that is out number 2. They're going to talk about it now. Fletcher came all the way over to his side of the field. They're good.
He's trying to take charge out there. Huh?
Yeah. Escobar wasn't having it. Waving him away.
Yeah. Hey, you get out of my way. Get off of my cloud.
2 down. Cronenworth at first, and Carpenter, recipient of strike 1. Carpenter struck out looking in the second. Berea with 3 strikeouts. Runner goes. The pitch is a swing and a miss. Throw down there. He's out. Cronenworth caught trying to steal to end the inning. So the Padres able to get a run and lead it 4-0 to the 5th we go.
In an Angel uniform the other night, and the big bomb that he hit got to me to be reminding of what it was with Barry Bonds, 2002 World Series at Anaheim Stadium. He was showcased at the biggest stage in the World Series, and what does Barry Bonds do? He hits the ball just like Shohei Ohtani did. That was the second game of the World Series. But guys, what was important is Tim Salmon saying that's the farthest ball he has ever seen. Well, we can say that about Shohei Ohtani's home run the other night.
That was unbelievable. Hey, take a look at that. It looked like it was going to hit the scoreboard, as you said, go onto the freeway. 57 freeway.
He's got a pretty swing, that's for sure. And he is pitching tomorrow. How about that, Donnie?
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
thought we may have a chance to see Darvish up against, which would be more incredible. But Yu Darvish, apparently we will not see him, most likely, according to Bob Melvin, until the Mets series coming up over the weekend. Continues to not feel great. In the dirt. Well, Spindog, you had a real good view of a lot of Bond's home runs on his team. You got a real good view of it.
I sure did. Actually, the home run he hit off Clay Hensley, which Mud probably remembers too, down here at Petco Park. Just one of those phenomenons that just kept on hitting home runs. I know it came with controversy of his career, but Barry Bonds was one of those unique players that you just stopped and watched.
I remember back in the Qualcomm days. I don't know if the Padre fan out there remembers a kid by the name of Dennis Tankersley.
I sure do. I was just going to say it.
Remember he went off the scoreboard there, Sweens?
Yes, I do. It's the left side of the scoreboard.
Now, if you're a fan and you spent some time there at Qualcomm, you know that that's a bolt. The big screen above the right field bleachers.
Yeah, Mudcat, I've watched plenty of batting practice, as you did, at that stadium, and I didn't see guys going onto the concourse, let alone hitting the scoreboard. I actually came out of the dugout to see how far that ball went.
And 7th strikeout for Blake Snell. Second time he's gotten Ward, and another golf swing there from Mike Trout.
Zilla is flirting with double digits in punch-outs again. This would make it 5 in a row. 5 starts in a row.
Grounded foul.
You know, guys, Mike Trout is known as one of the best low ball hitters in the game of baseball. That's what tells you how good Blake Snell's stuff is right now, because he has struggled with the fastball. He still is throwing breaking balls to Mike Trout.
Into left, and Soto cuts it off, spins and fires back in. Mike Trout aboard with 1 away. Gets his first base hit. Second time he's been on. He walked in the 3rd.
Wow. That pitch, what is that pitch? 6-8 inches off the plate, off the ground? My goodness. Maybe a foot? It's going down and getting it.
7 hits allowed by Snell, the most in his last 10 starts. But he has worked his way around it. He's not had a 1-2-3 inning yet tonight as he works here in the 5th. Historic month for Ohtani. 1,400, over 1,400. It was done 7 times by Bonds. Months with an OPS of over 1,400, 1,444 or higher.
On base plus slugging, that's getting it done. Hey,
takes ball 3.
Depending on how Snell goes after Ohtani, he has grounded into 7 double plays this season. You know, but essentially, you know, the last time, you know, Trout was on second base and he walked him. If you walk him here, is it really the worst fate? Not really. You still have a double play in order. Yeah.
Stays away. 97. That's ball 4. Now the Angels have 2 on. That is the 3rd walk handed out by Snell. These 2 base runners every inning. That's a tough way to work. And Ruben Niebla is headed out there as that pitch count rising. 88 of them right now for Snell, with 1 out, runners at 1st and 2nd.
You know, guys, you showed that graphic of what Ohtani did in the Player of the Month. What is really surprising is he has struggled to draw walks. He drew 21 walks in the month of June. To me, that's slowing the game down and understanding what he is doing at an epic rate. That's the reason why you see that OPS.
Yeah, I look at that, Mark, as if he gets something to hit, he does damage on it. And once again, with those numbers, pitchers are going to pitch around him a little bit. But if given a pitch to rip at, yeah, he's gonna hurt you. That's impressive. It's so impressive.
2 on, 1 away here for the Angels, and Anthony Rendon bounced into a 5-4-3 DP in the first. Single to center in the third. Angels 1 for 9. They've left 6. Padres 2 for 2. They have not left a base runner yet.
Bounced it again. Nice block by Sanchez, keeping that double play in order. As I mentioned, 2 double plays tonight. The Angels lead Major League Baseball, now out to 75 double plays they have grounded into this season, leading all of baseball.
Pitch 90 coming up here for Snell. Swing and a miss. There's that curveball.
Evening the count rather than 2-0, 1-1. Wow. Nice block by Sanchez.
Mentioned the 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. 5 strikeouts, 2 grounded into double plays. Gotten Snell in and out of trouble. Sticking with that curveball again. Try to get him to chase it again. Mike Trout at second base. Shohei Ohtani at first base. 1 out. Here are the Angels' 5th. Ball 3. No gas yet.
Yep.
Ball 4, bases loaded. Missed with a changeup. Never saw a fastball in that entire sequence. Back-to-back walks, 4 in all. And the bases are filled with Angels now, with 1 out here in the 5th, and here's Hunter Renfroe. Fastball, but it missed. Two and oh.
All of a sudden the crosshairs are off a little bit for Snell. That release point wavering a little bit. Big pitch right here.
2-0 pitch to Renfroe. Bases filled with Angels. And he takes the strike on the changeup. 2-1.
It's a big league pitch right there. Throwing the changeup. 2-0.
10 of the last 12 pitches have been balls. Strike 2. And there's that curveball. 2-2.
Well, he's doing a lot of bouncing curveballs. That one right out in front of home plate. And once again, a smother and recover from Sanchez.
Tom Cosgrove up in the pen. Two-two pitch. Strike 3 call. Went to the gas to get it. Oh, he got a call too.
Yeah, he did. It was off the plate. I think not really certain, but 2 fastballs was in the last like 10 pitches thrown from Snell. That one counted big time. He needed that one.
Eduardo Escobar will take a fastball for a strike on the inner edge. Seven strikeouts in the game for Snell. On the ground on the third baseline, man, he'll tag the bag, getting over. Snell out of it yet again. Halfway through, 4-0 San Diego. Watch all San Diego Padres games live in market on MLB.tv with no blackouts. Start a free 7-day trial today. Subject to national exclusivities, visit MLB.tv for details. Now the Padres have a 4-0 lead as they come to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Maria 74 pitches deep into his outing, and Matt Carpenter to lead it off.
Got a call there. We've seen it both ways tonight. Both ways.
Carpenter struck out looking in the 2nd inning. 3 Ks for Berea. Gave up 3 runs in the 1st, another in the 4th inning. Domingo Tapia now warming in the pen. This one foul to our left. Tapia was just called back up today. And he takes over out there for Tom Cosgrove, who had been up in the pen last inning. 1-2 is popped up right side. Escobar, the second baseman, will make the catch with a feet on the dirt of the infield. And now a quick word from Bill Howe.
You've heard our jingle, We Know How. We also know why. After 40 years, you continue to trust us. Quality and service matter. Call 1-800-BILL-HOW because
we know how.
So 1 down in the 5th for Trent Grisham. Leaves at the changeup for strike 1. Grisham flied out to center field in the 2nd inning. Grounds on down the first baseline foul and finds himself in a 0-2 hole. So Berea up to 80 pitches, 52 of which are strikes, 28 balls so far for the Angels starter.
Hey, he's throwing the ball well. It's just that first inning, that 3-run shot off the bat of Xander Bogaerts.
Missing downstairs to even the count of 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Grisham strikes out. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. Strikeout number 4 for Berea, and the second out here of the 5th inning.
Well, what do you know? Another slider. Split that outside corner. It's up a little bit.
So most of the stuff's been in the air, the out distribution for Berea. 7 flyouts, 2 groundouts, 4 strikeouts, and 1 caught stealing. Kim has singled to left and popped out to short. Out ahead of this, cranks it foul down the left field line.
Well, Berea is a fly ball pitcher, above the major league average in that category. Below the ground ball rate. So the Padres elevating some pitches, and one for sure was Xander Bogaerts.
Striking out is Kim to end the inning. Back-to-back Ks for Berea. 5 in all. We played 5. 4-0 Padres.
Good pitch to get you out of a little bit of a hassle, and Snell did that in the first double play. Thank you. How about the 5 unassisted at third and then across the diamond for another one in third? And then in the 5th inning, another grounder. Blake Snell threw a lot of off-speed pitches that last inning. Got the grounder, kept it in the yard, and 5 frames for Snellzilla tonight. Got some support, 4 runs. It would be nice to see, though, the Padres add on against the Angels here in Game 1.
New pitcher, Domingo Tapia.
Welcome back to the big leagues, right-hander. This season entering his 15th game. Nice ERA at 2.6 and 17 1/3. A little high on the walks, though. 12 walks in 17 1/3 innings of work.
Fouled off to the left off the bat of Luis Rengifo, leading it off here for the Halos. Rengifo has struck out swinging and singled to right. Padres pen has scuffled lately. Last 6 games at 8.37 ERA, 7 home runs, 10 walks. Ball 2-2-1, missed with a changeup. Padres bullpen NL ranked since June 19th. ERA 6.07. It's 13th. Blown saves 5. That's the most.
Yeah, you like to have that well-constructed bridge, right? You go from one end of the bridge to the next, and on the other side is Josh Hader. You have that consistency. Not a lot of construction, right? When there's a construction on the bridge, it's shut down. Maybe a lane or two. Kind of rough.
Through the left side into left field, a base hit for Rengifo. The second hit of the ball game.
When that bridge is well constructed, right? It's consistent. You got that 6th inning guy, maybe that 7th, 8th, leading up to your closer. So some work to be done. As Rengifo goes the other way. Fastball away, take it that way. See him hit down on that, peppering it to the left side.
Pinch hitter Matt Thaiss to pinch hit for Chad Wallach. Wallach had been 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
By the way, Eli Wallach was in Godfather 3. You are correct, sir. Yep.
I thought he was.
Yep.
There's a little check swing. Tapia will flip to first base for the out. Rengifo takes second, but Thaiss retired 1-3. Now a quick word from Jack in the Box.
Yo, Jack, that a baked brownie in my munchie meal?
You know it, Snoop.
Say less.
Runner at second, 1 away, and David Fletcher coming up. Actually, another pinch hitter. It's going to be Mike Moustakas. So rolling out the pinch hitters here in the 6th inning. The change from the lefty to the right-hander for Phil Nevin, and this one fouled off to the left out of play. Oh, and 2. Thirteenth major league season for Mike Moustakas, 3-time All-Star. He's gone to the postseason 5 times. Of course, on the Kansas City Royals championship team back in 2015. Native of Los Angeles. Attended Chatsworth High School, about 60 miles from Angel Stadium. His action in the pen, Victor Medeiros. Line to right field and a base hit. Rengifo is headed back to second, and now the throw plateward is cut off. And it's first and third as Rengifo got around third and pulled it up. Fernando was ready to throw him out at the plate. And it's first and third with one away. A pinch hit single for Moustakas.
Yeah, the good thing there is this ball is hit well. Getting out to Fernando quickly. There's the four-seamer up and away to the pull side for Moustakas. And as a base runner, third base coach Bill Hasselman puts up the stop sign.
Ruben Niebla with runners at the corners and one away. Taylor Ward coming up. 9 hits for the Angels, 8 are singles as Tom Cosgrove back up again in the pen. Angels have left 9 men on base so far through the first 5 innings. They've had plenty of traffic. Again, Snell did not allow a run. 5 innings, 7 hits, no runs, walked 4, struck out 7. First and third for the Angels, 1 out here in the 6th inning. Taylor Ward has doubled, struck out, and hit a little number in front of the plate.
Remember the first pitch of the ball game, he hit the double, so we got to be careful right here. Aggressive early for Ward.
Sanchez wanted that. It was close, but a ball. No strike, evens the count at 1-1.
That's an easy 98 from Tapia. Ward's got to be looking at that right side of the infield with that huge hole. Cronenworth holding on the runner.
Strike at the knees. Yeah, it is pretty much wide open.
Yeah.
With Kim swung around towards second base. Rengifo at third, Moustakas at first, Mike Trout waiting on deck. Fouls it off himself, and we'll do it again, 1-2. Doesn't hit many that way. That's why the Padres are aligned the way they are defensively. But he does this time, and it's a fair ball. Down the right field line, scoring from third, Rengifo to second base. He will be out. Taylor Ward tried to turn it into a double. Nando says, oh, no, you don't. Nope.
Quick spin and throw.
They are challenging.
Oh, he tagged him high.
Did the foot get in?
High on the quad. Does the foot?
Looks like it does.
Yeah.
Challenging the out call at second base.
Just above the knee with the tag.
Jerry Lane, the crew chief at second base, made the call. See what happens around first base here. A little hesitation.
Yeah.
Decide, well, I'll try it.
I want to know if he, you know what, can we take a look at, does he get him on the tip of the foot? No, he missed. He whiffed. I thought maybe he, yeah, that's, wow.
That's pretty safe.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, hold all tickets.
Yep. This would be second and third, one out, a run in.
After review, we call the field is overturned. Anaheim retains their challenge. Safe.
So overturned. The challenge from Phil Nevin.
It was close.
So you got second and third, a run in here, and a pitching change coming up as Bob Melvin goes out to take the baseball from Domingo Tapia. It's now 4-1 Padres. Tani will be the next two hitters that the new pitcher for the Padres will face. Tom Cosgrove, who threw 12 pitches on Saturday, 15 pitches yesterday, into his third straight game.
Yeah, the bullpen is beat up, and now Bob Melvin trying to piece together a ball game with a lot of baseball left and trying to maintain a 3-run lead. So tough situation right here with no double play in order and 2 runners inherited for Tom Cosgrove.
Lined into center field, a base hit. Scoring from third is Moustakas. Ward will be stopped at third, and they're at the corners. It's now 4-2 Padres.
Swinging early on the sweeper, and Trout fights it off. Runner on second's got to freeze. Make sure that one goes through.
First and third with one away, and here is Ohtani. Jumping on that first pitch and fouling it back.
Trying to get his hands in there.
Down 0-2. That was a fastball right down the middle pretty much.
Elevated just a little bit. Just about a baseball above that belt buckle.
Swings and misses and struck him out on a frisbee-like slider. Wow. Big strikeout for Tom Cosgrove. It's out number 2.
That is huge. Lefty on lefty. Pitching against Ohtani. We told you about his numbers. Fastball up and in, getting ahead. Straight challenge there, 93. See how far you can hit it, and then the slider. Boy, I tell you what, Tom Cosgrove, when you make Shohei Ohtani swing like that, you're doing something, kid.
Well, Rendon fouls it off over by the Angels dugout third base way. Ball and a strike. Rendon tonight has grounded into a 5-4-3 DP, single to center, and walked. Padres had a 4-0 lead in this game. The Angels have gotten 2 back here in the 6th, have 2 on. As Rendon takes the strike.
Thank you.
Definitely got a call there. Inside, almost hit him. Well, that slider's got a lot more movement on it tonight.
Yeah. A lot of horizontal movement.
Ward at third. Trout cross the diamond at first with 2 down. Rendon will take a ball. Full count. Renfroe waits on deck for the Angels. Ball 4. Bases loaded. So the second time Renfroe has come up with him loaded.
Yeah, this one isn't even close. Nearly hits his back leg there.
Last time Renfroe came up with the bases loaded, he struck out looking. It was in the 5th, now up with the bases loaded in the 6th. Tying run in scoring position, and Renfroe takes strike 1. "14 home runs on the year for Hunter Renfroe. He's the 8th member of the Angels to bat here in the 6th inning. Almost got away. Strike 2. Slider's been his best pitch.
He can start that slider to a righty in the left-handed batter's box. They can give up on it backdoor. This one ends up in off the plate.
It's away.
That's the one I was just talking about, but clearly off the plate. Looks like the way Sanchez was set up, though, he wanted that down and in, so he missed with that one big time.
Bases filled with Angels. A 2-2 pitch. Renfroe to left field. Incoming is Soto. He will get there. So the Angels get 2 back. 4-2 Padres to the bottom of the 6th.
Probably Tom Cosgrove's toughest challenge in his young career. That first pitch fastball was his chance. Then he was looking for that sweeper, and then he got challenged with Tom Cosgrove because he threw that second fastball. Really good pitching by the left-hander, and checked that box because he just won that battle.
Huge. This game is 4-2. Padres still with a 2-run lead, and Tom Cosgrove getting it done in a big way. As we move to the last of the 6th inning, and Medeiros comes into this game.
Victor Medeiros, 22-year-old, made his major league debut Friday against the Snakes. It's the Diamondbacks out of Oklahoma State. He's a Cowboy. 4-pitch mix, sinker, curveball, slider, and a 4-seamer for Medeiros. And he's 95, 96, 97 on that sinker. Tries to work for a ground ball.
Dice stays in the game and will do the catching. Some defensive changes here after all the pinch hitters for the Angels in that inning. First base, Mike Moustakas stays in the game. Moving from first base to right field is Hunter Renfroe. And Rengifo moves to shortstop. One-two pitch. Up and away to Soto, and it's 2-2. So Berea, 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs. Didn't walk anybody. He struck out 5. And on the hook. Soto will take that just low. It did light up too. That was a controversial pitch earlier. He struck out looking very similar spot. And that's ball 4. The leadoff walk starts the bottom of the 6th inning for San Diego. Here comes Fernando, and here comes a meeting. He's out there to talk to Medeiros.
Well, there's one thing for sure that's discussed here. Hey, dude, this guy loves to swing at the first pitch, okay? So whatever pitch you want to throw, make sure you make a good quality pitch. Maybe off the plate, you might swing at it and get ahead. Let's see if Fernando is aggressive.
First time the Padres have put the leadoff man on since the first batter of the game. Highest swing percentage at that first pitch. Good pick by Theis in the backhand. Did not swing at that first pitch. Well, the Angels have left 12 men on base tonight. The Padres have left 0. That includes the Angels leaving the bases loaded twice in this game. Strike called at the knees to even the count of 1-1.
Really good sinker right there. That's how you get a grounder.
Two balls and a strike now to Fernando. Tim Hill up in the Padres pen. Trying to build that bridge you were talking about.
Yep.
And 5 innings from Snell. The bullpen has the rest. Foul down the right field line, out of play.
You know, with that sinker, I'm thinking that Medeiros, in a situation like this, you think down, middle, and ground ball left side.
Missing with the 97 downstairs, full count. With Manny Machado waiting on deck, Padres batting in their half of the 6th inning. Trying to answer the 2 runs put together by the Angels in the top half of the 6th inning. Runner goes and it's fouled back. A little hit and run. And fouled away by Fernando. Going again, and this time little bloop into right field, a base hit. Soto keeps going. He'll head to third on the single by Fernando. First and third with nobody out in the Padres 6th inning.
Just fought it off. There's that 2-seamer up. Get the hands in. Take it off the label. Soto realizes that it's going to dump in there, and he will gladly go first to third. Padres got action.
Matt Wise, the pitching coach out there, talking to Medeiros, who has given up a walk and a base hit. First and third, nobody out.
Guys love the aggressiveness of Bob Melvin setting Soto in motion there, and when you're a hitter, you understand just fighting it off might get you that first and third just to answer back.
I like it. Get something going.
And plus, with the sinker baller out there, he got that one up. You stay out of the double play right there as well, putting that runner in motion. And once again, you know, the ball finding a spot right there. That's exactly what the Padres need. Have some balls hit, find some holes, score some more runs.
First and third, nobody out. Manny shoots with the left side into left field, a base hit. Soto will score, and it's 5-2 San Diego. Manny Machado driving in a run.
Another high sinker. Boy, look at Manny get the hands in. If taken, that's clearly a ball. Fight it off. 5.5 hole. Still nobody out. It's got a nice ring to it.
2 on, nobody out. A run in. Ball 1. Bogarts with a 3-run home run in the first, a double in the 4th inning. And the strike called at 96. The Padres fans, you scored a free jumbo jack from Jack in the Box with a home run earlier from Xander. Bogarts grounds it down the third baseline. That'll trickle foul. Bogarts looking for his first 3 extra base hit game of the season in a Padres uniform. A walk, 2 singles off of Medeiros so far in this inning here in the 6th. There is more action. Tucker Davidson up in the pen. As Medeiros has not yet recorded an out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Softly hit. Medeiros will pick and fire, and it's late. Infield hit for Xander Bogarts, his 3rd hit of the ball game. No challenge.
Well, when a hitter tops one like this, you got to go. Put your head down and just run like the wind. Keep it going.
That's going to do it for Medeiros. Out comes Phil Nevin. Going to make the change here. Medeiros does not record an out. Bases loaded, nobody out. A run in already. And a pitching change with the Padres on top 5-2. Tour is presented by Bubs at the ballpark. Provide fans with an intimate, exclusive view of the ballpark. And can even watch Padres batting practice. Book your tour at Padres.com/tours. That'll be Jake Cronenworth coming up with the bases loaded, nobody out, a run in. And Tucker Davidson is the new Angels pitcher.
27-year-old, 6'2", and this left-hander, a 4-pitch mix, a slider, 4-seamer, sweeper, and a splitter. He's pitched in some big games.
He's not pitched since last Wednesday when he had some mop-up duty, an 11-5 loss to the White Sox. He's kind of been the long man out of the pen. In a tough spot here. Well, each team has 4 hits with runners in scoring position. The Angels are 4 for 12. Padres 4 for 4. Bases filled with Friars for Jake Cronenworth. High drive, deep right field. Back goes Renfroe at the track, makes the catch right in front of the wall. Tagging and scoring from third is Tatis. Thought he had it. Comes up short.
Oh, missed it by that much. Still, though, Jake's like, well, got the run in. He went down and got that breaking ball. Padres adding on.
Padres have a 6-2 lead. I was trying to will that to the Crone zone.
Weren't we all?
I was ready with the Crone zone, Slam Diego. You're going to hear it all if that thing went. The 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Well, it's been a while.
I know. Got excited. One pitch. Swing and a miss for Sanchez. You know how many times I've got to say Slam Diego this year? Zero.
Yeah.
They do not have a grand slam. So forgive me for my excitement.
Hey, I get it. That's another bet I would have lost on July 3rd.
Yeah. No grand slams in Slam Diego.
Yeah.
First and third, still just one out, and that run is charged to Medeiros, who did not record an out. So far, he's been charged with 2 runs. 1-2 is grounded foul. Nelson Cruz has come out on deck. He would bat for Carpenter. Now the left-hander in the game. And has to face 3 hitters. Over to first and back to the bag safely is Bogarts. Fouled off down the right field line. We'll do it again. 1-2. Now, last grand slam for the Padres, August 17th of last year in Miami. And it was Cronenworth who hit it. Fly ball right field. Renfroe coming in, and he'll make the catch. Here comes Manny. No, he's going to pull it up.
Yeah, he's got a can run up there.
Yeah, he does. So out number 2, 2 down here in the 6th inning.
You know what? Seeing Hunter out there in right, Donnie, and I think you know where I'm going with this.
Yep.
Remember the night you and I were out doing the games from the Adirondack chairs?
Yes.
Travis Jankowski and Manuel Margot, they were all in.
They were playing.
Hunter
was not playing.
Wanted no part of our act.
He waved us off.
He waved me off because I was in his ear. That's where Donnie and I were sitting doing
right
the game.
there.
And I was yelling at Hunter. And he finally had heard enough and he waved me off.
Yep. It was a full wave off.
It was.
He wanted you to go away.
Oh, it was great.
This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Snap it.
2 down, 1st and 3rd, and here is Cruz to pinch hit for Carpenter. That had been 0 for 2 in the game. In there for strike 1 to Nelson Cruz. Down 0-2. Fastball by him. in the dirt and gathered there by Theis, who has just taken over behind the dish.
You know what? I would have not remembered this from memory, but I was reading up on Tucker Davidson, who's on the hill, right? I totally forgot about this. He was the starting pitcher in Game 5 of the 2021 World Series for Atlanta.
I didn't remember that.
I didn't either. Another bet I would have lost.
I did their first series too, and I don't remember him being on the roster in the NLDS.
That's when they can.
Yeah, you can switch it up in between. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt, 2-2. Third Angels pitcher. Maria started the game. 5 innings, giving up 4 runs. Victor Medeiros did not record an out. So far charged with 2 runs. He's responsible for the runners at first and third, and Cruz lifts it foul off to the right, out of play. Machado at third base. Xander Bogaerts crossed the diamond at first base. 2 runs in, 2 down here in the 6th.
Whoa. There he spiked that fastball.
Grisham waits on deck for San Diego. So many chances for the Angels to do damage tonight, leaving 12 men on base so far through the first 6. Cruz strikes out, and that will end the inning, but the Padres tack on 2 more. Official casino partner of the San Diego Padres, Sycuan Casino Resort. Make it yours. By Jack in the Box. Score a free Jumbo Jack from Jack in the Box after a Padres home run. And by GMC. See your GMC dealer today. GMC, we are professional grade. Now the Padres tacking on 2 more in their half of the 6th inning. On top, 6-2. They get their 4-run lead back again. And a new pitcher in for the Padres. The 4th of the game is Tim Hill.
4-run lead as we go to the top of the 7th, and Tim Hill trying to turn it around. It'd be nice to have Tim get ahead here first. Oh. And have a nice quick 1-2-3 inning if possible. Tim entering his 38th game, and he's been worked. 36 innings, giving up 5 home runs. Not a lot of strikeouts, puts the ball in play.
So he has worked in 3 of the last 4 games. And the total pitches, the number of pitches, 56 pitches in those 3 appearances. So a lot of work. And here he is again. Ahead, 1-2. Fouled off down the right field line, out of play. More action in the Padres pen. Nick Martinez.
And another guy who has been used quite a bit. Nick Martinez.
Down the right field line, out of play.
I'll tell you what. Well, Nick is warming up. That kid is a gamer. He wants the ball. He's one of those cats that if you told him you're going to pitch 5 days in a row out of the pen, he would do. He would not decline. He wants that pelota. He wants to compete.
Angels have sent 32 men to the plate. 17 have reached. And again, they've left 12 men on. 2-2 to right field, and Fernando started in, now goes back and makes the catch. Escobar retired for out number 1 of the 7th inning.
That was kind of interesting. Fernando coming in and going out, go to the side, going back.
It's a result-based business, my friend, and he's out.
Absolutely. Let's check it out. Back, forward. But look, what did he do? He caught it.
He caught it.
Right.
He's out.
No worries.
One out in the 7th. Luis Rengifo is in right field. Has since come into the infield. Now at shortstop. It's one to deep right field. Fernando going back to the Petco porch. It goes. A home run. Luis Rengifo hits his 5th of the year. And it's now 6-3. His 3rd hit of the ball game. This one leaves the yard.
Fastball away.
Not a terrible pitch.
No.
Just goes with it.
And went to the porch, as you mentioned. The short porch out there. Second time that Rengifo has gone the opposite way. Singled the opposite way. Back in the 4th. So using the whole field.
On the ground and picked by Machado. That was a rocket. Flips to first for out number 2.
Did somebody just get Machado'd? Kind of, sort of.
So 2 down, and that'll bring up Mike Moustakas. He pinch hit in the 6th inning and singled. He would come around to score. So Rengifo had 11 home runs off lefties last year. Just homered off this particular lefty, Tim Hill. It was his 1st of this year. Nub foul at the plate has him down 1-2. So Blake Snell 5 innings, giving up no runs. On 7 hits, Domingo Tapia went a 3rd. He allowed 2 runs. Tom Cosgrove 2 huge outs. This line to left center field. That's in for a base hit in front of Grisham. And Moustakas is 2 for 2 coming off the bench tonight for the Angels. Comes Bob Melvin.
That's good hitting right there. If taken, probably a ball, but you never know with the strike zone tonight. You got to protect as a hitter, and he takes it the other way.
Taylor Ward coming up. That is the game for Tim Hill. We've got a pitching change from Petco Park in San Diego. It's 6-3 Padres. Coming up on Padres postgame, presented by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Xander has a game. Snell escapes danger, and we'll also hear from the manager, Bob Melvin. That's all coming up on the Padres postgame show. Got a pitching change. Nick Martinez coming in with 2 down here in the 7th inning.
Well, now that Nick Martinez is in this game, he's now going to work 4 of the last 6 games for the Padres. Enters game 33 in the season. Work horse. Inherits 1 runner, needs 1 out.
Taylor Ward, 2 hits in the game, both doubles. 1 to center, 1 to right. And a 2 for 4 showing so far for the leadoff hitter. Bouncing well in front of the plate and blocked by Sanchez.
Gary has done a fine job this evening. Snell was out there about some curveballs. Here's the old number 2. Smother and recover. Check the runner.
2 down. Moustakas at first base. A run in on the home run by Rengifo. Moustakas' lead pretty short at first. 2-1 is picked on the backhand by Kim. Long throw, no problem. Ha-Sung Kim from center field going back to make that play. Nice rangy play turned in by Kim. His defense always spectacular. Ball was behind him. Padres have a 6-3 lead. Book at Petco Park newly renovated suite or an all-inclusive hospitality space for upcoming opponents including the Baltimore Orioles, Philadelphia Phillies, and more. Learn more at Padres.com/groups. Our faithful having a good time here at Petco Park tonight with the Padres on top of the Angels 6-3 as we move to the home half of the 7th inning. Grisham showing bunt, pulling back, taking a strike. Grisham has flied out to center and struck out swinging. Tucker Davidson. And all 3 outs in the 6th inning, back out there for the 7th. Quieted down the Padres offense. 2 runs charged to Medeiros. He did not record an out as he started in the 6th inning. Strike 2. Grisham hitting lefties better than righties. 267 against left-handers. 187 against right-handers. And a 2-2 pitch in the dirt.
I look at stats like that, and I may be way off, but here's what I gather. Lefty on lefty, you look middle away. Because over the course of this game of baseball, do you really see lefties pitching into lefties? It's kind of away, sweepers away. Righties, on the other hand, they have that cut fastball, that slider maybe in, that might give him trouble.
Well, he takes a walk this time. Leadoff walk in the 7th. 2nd straight inning that an Angels reliever has walked the first hitter. Medeiros did it in the 6th, and Davidson has done it here in the 7th, and Phil Nevin doesn't love it.
Well, Donnie, I think it's imperative that the Padres, they have to add on right here. They have to support that bullpen, give that bullpen more breathing room. Up by 3. Need some more.
Kim with a great defensive play to end last inning.
Oh, that was pretty, wasn't it?
It was. 1-4-3 at the plate. Single in the 1st. Popped out to short in the 3rd. Struck out swinging in the 5th. On a strike to Kim. Barea was the starter in this game and is on the hook currently for the Angels. 5 innings, giving up 4 runs. Strike 2. Swing and a miss, and Kim strikes out. The slider gets him for the first out of the 7th inning. 2nd strikeout for Davidson since coming in.
Well, he had a fastball to hit the pitch prior to that one. It was outer 3rd, straight fastball, and now this slider down and in for the swing and miss. Here's Juan Soto.
Take strike one. One didn't think so. I'm not sure it was. Up at the pen, Sam Bachman. Soto tonight grounding into a fielder's choice, striking out looking and walking. He has scored 2 runs. Ball 2. Soto's got kind of the reverse numbers against lefties. 226 against lefties, 302 against right-handers. So different than the splits for Grisham.
Yep.
Ball 3.
Well, usually hitters 3-1, you get a fastball in the zone, you feast on that. But we know Soto likes to work the count.
Strike called, and that was a strike. So a full count down.
Pretty good pitch to hack at 3-1. Well, that reaction, he wants that one back.
Fly ball foul off to the left out of play. Grisham in first, 1 away in the Padres' 7th inning. That's ball 4, and Soto down to first base. That's the second walk allowed by Davidson. And coming out is Phil Nevin. Now Bachman up in the pen. Looks like he's going to go get him. So 2 walks here in the 7th. 1 away. We've got a pitching change with the Padres on top of the Angels, 6-3. .02 ERA matched up against Joe Musgrove. 12 starts, 6-2 with a 3.80 ERA. Get you started at 3:15. Padres and Angels, game 2 of this 3-game series from Petco Park.
Oh, that's a good matchup right there on paper. Stay tuned for that one.
4th arm used tonight for the Angels, and it'll be Fernando Tatis Jr. coming up with 2 on, 1 away in the bottom of the 7th against Sam Bachman.
Bachman trying to take care of business here in this, and he's the second Angels player from the 2021 draft to reach the majors. One of the youngsters out of the pen, entering his 11th game out of Miami of Ohio. Slider, sinker, and a changeup. 3-pitch mix, really heavy on the slider. 61% of the time.
1 out, 2 on. Fernando 1 for 3. Line to right center field. That's in for a base hit. It's going to roll a long time. Scoring is Grisham from second. Soto's going to try and score from first. He will. Throw goes to third. It's a 2-run triple. Fernando. 8-3 San Diego.
We talked about Fernando in our game up and what he does with his arm, with his bat. How about with his legs? Yeah, we talked about the stolen bases. Speaking of bases, he could smell 3. Driving in 2.
The infield in all the way around now as Machado fouls it back to the screen. 2 hits in the game. Single to center, single to left, wrapped around a fly out to center. Fouled straight back, 0-2. That's the first triple of the year for Fernando. And his first since August 31st, 2020 at Colorado. 0-2 pitch is going to miss.
That's another bet I would have lost. I'm not doing well on the betting tonight, Brian. Wearing the collar, over. Manny looking for something to elevate to the outfield. Get that run in. Fewer than 2 outs.
One down with Tatis at third, 2 runs in. 2 walks turn into runs. Machado peppers it foul off to the right out of play. Chopped to short, holding the runner, and the throw across to get Manning. Unable to get Tatis in. That's out number 2. Infield in worked that time. And this will give Xander Bogaerts a chance. He's a triple shy of a cycle. Homered in the first, 3-run shot, doubled in the 4th. The infield hit for a single in the 6th inning. Never had a cycle. Ball 1. A little bit low, 2-0. Padres with the 8-3 lead. And a 2 in the 6th so far, 2 here in the 7th. Bogaerts taking his timeout. 3 walks allowed by Angels pitching. They've all turned into runs. Three and 0. Jake Cronenworth waiting on deck as the Padres continue to bat here in the bottom of the 7th. Ball 4, and that will put Bogaerts at first base. Another walk. First allowed by Bachman since coming in. First and third with 2 down for Jake Cronenworth. Struck out, singled, flied out to right, a sac fly at that. Little bloop to left, out goes Rengifo, it's going to fall. Fernando will score from third with the 9th Padres run, 9-3 San Diego. Third RBI of the game for Jake Cronenworth.
Jake is telling Bachman, you ain't seen nothing yet. Flares this one to left. Fights it off. Elevated. Chalk up another point for the Friars. He says, hey, you! I just drove in a run. Jake always looking out for number 1.
2 on, 2 down. Gary Sanchez becomes the 8th member of the Padres to bat here in the bottom of the 7th inning. looking for his first hit. 0 for 3. On the backhand, blocked by Theis. Goes around for strike 1. Slider fooled him.
Padres approaching that number when they win games. We talked about it off the top. Was it 11 point something, right?
1-1 on the ground to second base. It's at first for out number 3. But the Padres are able to get 3 runs in the inning. Fernando Tatis Jr. scoring 2 with this triple to right center field. It's 9-3 Padres. To the 8th we go. So you got the Angels for 2 more here, and then Thursday an off day with the New York Mets coming in for the last 3 games before the All-Star break. The All-Star game on Tuesday in Seattle. Then the Padres will begin the unofficial second half of the year in Philadelphia against the Phillies, where they'll play a doubleheader, scheduled doubleheader on Saturday of that 4-game series.
Can't wait for that one.
Nick Martinez able to get the final out of the 7th, back out there for the 8th.
Hey, let's play 2. Very important inning for Nick Martinez. That goes without saying. Quickly, right? Nice quick inning.
Toughest part of the order. Trout, Ohtani. Top 2 hitters it'll face, and Trout fouling that one off. It's 0-2. And appeared to be wincing after that last foul ball. He's going to need some time here. Takes his time out. The trainer is on the top step. And shaking that hand right away. Or wrist. And they are going to check on him. He has not played 150 plus games since 2016. You look at all the games. It's 36 in 2021.
You know, with his reaction, I can't see him continuing.
No, he's leaving. So that's not good for the Angels,
no,
to say the least. Just put Brandon Drury on the IL. And Mike Trout has to leave with a count of 0-2.
Well, here it is again. He immediately grimaces and shakes that left wrist.
So Mickey Moniak will come up here and get the rest of this plate appearance. Born in Encinitas, the Phillies' first-round pick. Went to high school in Carlsbad, and a swing and a miss. That is strike 3. So the first out of the 8th inning.
Well, that's a tough one. Trying to hit a breaking ball like that right off the bench. Short notice.
Padres pitchers struck out 9 batters today, which means your canine or feline wins. Petco Vital Care members can visit participating Petco locations tomorrow to score a free 6-ounce wholehearted treat with an eligible purchase. Visit petco.com/Padres K9 for details. Shohei Ohtani has been on 3 times without the benefit of a base hit in this game. He has walked twice, reached on a fielder's choice, and struck out swinging. Ahead of Ohtani, 1-2. Stays hitter's timeout. On the ground, right side, Kim to his right. Throws out Ohtani, 2 down in the 8th inning. That'll bring up Anthony Rendon. He's been aboard 3 times in this game after grounding into a 5-4-3 DP in the first. Single to center and walked twice. Up and in, 2-0. "13 men left on base in this game for the Angels through the first 7. Talk about missed opportunities. They've had plenty. As Martinez falls behind, 3-0.
Hey, tough strikeout for Mike Trout, huh? Being replaced.
Yeah, he gets it.
That gets his. That goes on his ledger.
Strike call, 3-1. Strike 2.
That's painful.
Battling back.
Yeah, that's nice 92. Some movement, outer half.
Swing and a miss, comes back to strike out Rendon. Nicely done. 2 strikeouts in the inning. First 1-2-3 inning of the night. It's been a fun night for the Padres, on top 9-3. As Nelson Cruz leads it off here in the home half of the 8th. Bachman back out on the mound. Drilled down the left field line, but foul. Out ahead was Nelson Cruz. He pinch hit in the 6th and struck out. Pinch hit for Carpenter, who had been 0 for 2. Fouls it back to the screen. 1-2 to Nelson Cruz, with Trent Grisham to follow, and then Ha-Seong Kim. Josh Hader up in the pen, a non-save situation. Two is popped up from short. Rengifo will make the catch in behind the mound for the first out here in the bottom of the 8th. And that'll bring up Trent Grisham. Grisham has flied out to center, struck out swinging, walked, and scored. Bachman falling behind 2-0. Waves at that pitch. A slider that time, down and in.
Boy, out of the hand, looks like it's going to be a heater, and 2-0. Why not? You're looking for the old number one.
$45,101, 45,101 is the 34th sellout of the year for the Padres. Ball 4 and a 1-out walk. Walks have been a real problem, especially the last couple innings. Second walk allowed by Bachman.
Yeah, look at Bachman's stuff. It's got good movement. Rather than trying to nibble, hit the corners, just work the bottom of the plate, knees, let the ball do the work. Both sides. He's got the good slider. He's got the good two-seamer.
Kim has singled, popped out to short, struck out twice. 5 walks allowed by both the Padres and the Angels, and that pitch called a strike. 1-1. Bullpens have combined to allow 8 of the 12 runs scored in tonight's game. Fouled off to the right, out of play.
You know, going into this game, when you look at the Angels, their relievers, 6 in the AL collectively with a 3.66 ERA. It's the team and the starters that have been the trouble spots for Phil Nevin's Halos. Whoa.
Up by the helmet, and that one gets away to the backstop. So to second goes Grisham. Pitch getting Grisham into scoring position with 1 away.
Bachman all over the place.
Line down the left field line, foul. Just out ahead. .30 pitches, an even split, 15 balls, 15 strikes. Angels' pen has been roughed up the last 6 games, a 5.65 ERA.
That's bad. I think Mitch just gave us a stat that was from a box from his last birthday present. Look at that stock of that cardboard, Donnie.
It's very thick. Strike 3 call, and Kim strikes out with the second out. And he's going to say some stuff.
Well, the strike zone tonight has swelled at times. That one's off the plate. And you know what? We've seen it both ways. Padres pitchers have gotten calls. Angels pitchers have gotten calls. Yes, it's the amoeba strike zone tonight.
Down and in by the shoe tops. Kind of looks like he took a bite out of this box before he. Before
it does, doesn't it?
Yes.
Like he's hungry.
It's getting late in this game, and I hesitate to wonder what else is going to be passed to me that he's got in his bag, since he's run out of Post-its. Clearly, was the last statistic I received from Mitch Smith.
You know what? I'm betting on like an old airline ticket next, or something like that.
No, I think it's an envelope. It has his name on it. Looks like per
a
diem or something.
manila envelope.
Yes. In there for a strike. I do think a trip to one of the office supply places is in order. Soto 3 runs, 0 for 2 tonight.
Was it like a car rental envelope or
yes,
something?
I think his rental car key was in this. The strike's in there. The latest stat passed to me from Mitch. It's autographed. We've got to help this guy, right? I mean, yeah. What do you think was in there? This is a broken back grounder up the middle to the backhand. Knocks it down, but can't do anything with it. It'll be a base hit. And Soto's aboard. Taking third is Grisham.
Well, I've said it before many times. You don't want to give away at bats. Off the end of the bat, shattered. Right off the end.
Split.
Yep.
He's going to need a new twig.
He will gladly sacrifice that shillelagh for a big league knock.
Line into right center field for Fernando. From third comes Grisham. Soto's headed for third. Padres have a 10-3 lead. Third hit of the night for Fernando.
And going the other way with intent. Look at that swing. Watch him go up and get it. Nice level swing, shorten up on the backside and rifle it to the opposite field. That's some hitting right there. That's how you pass it on to the next guy and add on.
Another walk that turns into a run. It's unbelievable. 4 walks that have turned into runs for the Angels. Pitching coach Wise was out there, and here is Manny Machado. Yeah, here's the situation we've talked about many times. Games with 10 or more runs. Padres have had 9 of them. Games with 2 runs or fewer, they've had 31 of them. So it's either one or the other. Some in the middle would help.
Yeah, more consistency towards the middle, you bet.
And he takes strike 1. The slider starts him from Bachman. A 2-hit night for Machado. Single to center in the first. Single to left in the 6th inning. Padres have 8 hits with runners in scoring position tonight, a new season high.
What's that, a wedding invitation?
Down the right field line. This appears to be a birthday card or a thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fernando Tatis, 8 RBIs in his last 4 games. And this was given to Mitch Smith as a card. I mean, is this a statement? Is he trying to send us a message?
I don't know.
mean, is this a? It's a cry for help. I think it really is. I mean,
I'm waiting like for a brick next or something.
This position is very highly paid too, right? I mean, it's very highly compensated.
Like a piece of drywall or something coming next.
1-2 pitch coming up here for Machado. And runners at first and third, a run in, 10-3. And a grounder down the line at third. Long throw for Rendon, but he gets it there in time to end the inning. Padres add a run, will take a 10-3 lead to the 9th. Have lead over the Angels as we move to the 9th inning, and the Padres closer in the game. It's Josh Hader.
Last time out for Josh was on Friday in Cincinnati. And congratulations to Josh. I know we've mentioned it a couple times already, but earned his 5th career All-Star selection. Major League Baseball announced that yesterday, so the left-hander will be going to Seattle representing the brown and gold. And Josh getting some work right here. And Donnie, quite frankly, we talk about closers and not-safe situations. You know, it's a part of the game where you got to go out there and you got to put it in your mind. We mentioned before, it's physical, it's mental, part of the game. He's got to have it in his mind like it's nothing. And hopefully have a quick 1-2-3 inning here.
On a Renfroe to lead it off.
Or, you know, I should say 1-0 because he would be going for a save rather than nothing, tie game. So he's trying to go for a save right here in his mind.
Renfroe will get a base hit to left field. Came up twice with the bases loaded and ended up striking out, flying out, and now a single begins the 9th inning for Renfroe. Swing to that first pitch.
And like any other closer or a really good pitcher who has that nasty slider or off-speed pitch, you get that first pitch fastball, why not? Down 10-3, it's right down the middle. Take a hack.
2 for 4 night for Eduardo Escobar, who now bats and takes strike 1. Fastball up in the zone. Oh, 2. Slider away, foul back to the screen. Hader is pitcher number 6 used by the Padres. Blake Snell, pitcher of record, 5 innings, giving him no runs. 7 hits, walked 4, struck out 7. Good start tonight by the Padres in the first inning on the 3-run home run by Xander Bogaerts. Got him off on the right foot tonight. Big night for Fernando Tatis Jr. as well. 10 runs, 12 hits. How's this one? The Angels are out hitting the Padres 14-12 in this game, but have only 3 runs.
Yeah, a lot of singles, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like my wallet after a 3-city road trip. A lot of singles. Tipping those bellmen. Spending that meal money.
Grounded back to the mound and going to second for 1, on to first for 2. Double play. 1-4-3 on the DP.
Talk about firing strikes to the plate. How about fielding your position and firing a strike to second base? Step and throw, fire a strike. Nice. That's a seed.
2 down in the 9th inning. Luis Rengifo. Rengifo has had a good night. 3 hits, including a home run opposite field to right in the 7th. So on fouled off beyond the dugout. Two balls and a strike to Rengifo. Three and 1. Nice waits on deck for the Angels. With 2 down in the 9th inning. Fly ball down the right field line, headed towards the seats, and a full count now.
And this one on a punch out. Go right after him, challenge him.
45,101. The Friar faithful will stand as one at Petco Park in San Diego. Ball 4, and he loses him. A 2-out base on balls allowed here by Hader.
Looked like he tried to overthrow that one.
So 2 down. Rengifo at first, and here is Theis. 0-4-2. He's grounded back to the mound, grounded out to third base. Strike 1. 96 on the gas. Hader trying to finish off the Angels in game 1 of the series. Strike 2. Fly ball down the left field line, headed towards the seats.
"13 runners left on base for the Angels. About to be 14.
Hey, struck him out and the Padres win. Padres secure game 1 of the series in fantastic fashion as they bang out 10 runs, 12 hits. And the strikeout that ends it, as Hader, in 3 hours and 15 minutes, the Padres are able to win this one 10-3. Make a winner of Snell, who's 5-7. Berea takes the loss. He is 2-4. Again, the game played in front of 45,101. The final again. The Padres 10, the Angels 3. Thank you for watching Padres Baseball, presented by Major League Baseball. For Mark Grant and Mark Sweeney, I'm Don Orsillo. Stay tuned for the Padres postgame show.